Hello everyone and welcome into this Tuesday, March 23rd edition of the 5-Star News. I'm Dylan Bryan and let's get you straight to our show today with our announcement segment. Here's Cole Denton with What's Up Heritage.
Hello Generals, welcome back to What's Up Heritage, and spring break is just around the corner. Let's get to it. Kicking things off today, the Heritage High School's musical theater department proudly presents Into the Woods from April 27th through May 1st in the theater. You've seen these stars on the stage of Les Miserables, Mary Poppins, and Sister Act. Don't miss this incredible production. The Heritage High School 2021 Talent Show will be held in the theater today and Thursday. Student tickets are $3. Each performer will receive 2 complimentary tickets for their parents or family members. I'm really excited to see what our fellow students have in store for us. The Heritage Middle School Legion of Jazz and the Heritage High School Jazz Band proudly present the Moonlight Serenade to be held at HHS on Saturday, April 24th from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Tickets must be purchased in advance for $10. More information is available on the school website. And now on to our weather forecast. Tuesday should be a 19% chance of rain with a high of 67, a low of 57. Wednesday, 40% chance of rain with a high of 70, a low of 58. Thursday, 100% chance of rain with a high of 67, a low of 61. Friday, 52% chance of rain with a high of 74, a low of 48. Saturday, 24% chance of rain with a high of 75, a low of 57. Sunday, a 39% chance of rain with a high of 72, a low of 44. Monday, a 14% chance of rain with a high of 62 and a low of 40. And now on to our next news segment.
Thanks, Cole. I hope that all the rain gets out of here before spring break. And to the news now, and our Generals Band made the short trip over to Ringgold High School last Friday to perform for their annual large group performance evaluation. This is where 3 judges watch Mr. Wynn's band and help make suggestions on how to improve. Here's 5-Star News reporters Lindsay Davies and Casey Capote with more on this report.
Hello, Generals. Last Friday, the Heritage Bands went to our LGPE festival. It's large group performance evaluation, where the bands go and perform for an awesome audience and 3 judges who give us feedback on how to improve our performance.
Our Heritage High School Symphonic Band and Wind Ensemble participated in the LGPE performances last Friday, where all groups would perform in front of judges to be scored on a basis of 1 through I think 4. At the performance, both Wind Ensemble Symphonic Band and the middle school divisions of the band played, and the Symphonic Band and the Wind Ensemble scored superior ratings, which means that we got top scores in the performances that we played.
LGPE was pretty fun. I felt like I did great, and overall as a band we did pretty good. Our Wind Ensemble did amazing. It was definitely a great performance.
During the COVID protocols, this is really good since all the less amount of practice time we've gotten this year. We've still been able to push through and make these excellent scores even in a COVID year.
And we got to miss most of our classes, so that's pretty good. So.
Both groups came away with straight superiors, which is the highest rating you can get, and both groups came away with amazing audience response. The Wind Ensemble, the top group, had all A's, all 1s, and one of the judges remarked, "What a commanding performance." So we did a fantastic job on Friday. It wasn't really a competition because we were only competing against ourselves, but our ratings from our judges were phenomenal. Thank you guys for your support. Have a great day. Go Generals.
Thanks, you two. We'll try to find out which book comes out on top and let you know after spring break. Time for one more story here on the show before the commercial break, and what a cool story this is. A lot of teachers and students ask us all the time just how we go about doing our news show every day. Well, I'll tell you this, it ain't easy. But our 5-Star News reporters, Alex Akijan, John Courtney, and Gunnar Bryson, decided to take all of our viewers on a behind-the-scenes tour of our show today. In the first episode, the guys get the lowdown on TV news rundowns.
this class?
Well, the rundowns aren't my idea. Rundowns are from the TV business, TV news, and you do a rundown before you do any type of show. So if you're working at Channel 3 where I used to be, they're doing rundowns for their morning show, their noon show, their 5 o'clock, 5:30, 6, and 11. So those are kind of like your assignment list for the day. So that's just kind of where the idea comes from. We produce one here every day to let students know what their role is going to be in that particular show.
So how do they work?
Well, they work by us kind of looking around the school website or talking to teachers or principals to find out what's going on at Heritage. We determine if there's a story there, and if there is, we'll put them in a rundown. And usually they work by order of importance. So if we got a really important story, it'll probably be up at the top of the show. And then we'll do 2 or 3 of those. Then we'll do some weather, and we'll usually do a commercial there to kind of break the show up. And then we'll do sports. And then we'll do like a feel-good story at the end to leave everybody on a good note so they'll think the 5-star news is really cool. Did you see that awesome story they did on that K9 that was in public safety yesterday? So a feel-good story usually wraps up the news show.
Well, there you go. Told you it was a lot. Time for a break now, but after the commercial, Tate Thomas and Jamerson Shook will be here to catch you up on all of our latest general sports news. Baseball, tennis, soccer, and other sports trivia edition on the next. See you in a bit.
Hey, you dropped this. Hey man, throw this in the can.
Oh, okay. Don't be mean.
Keep Heritage clean.
Welcome into sports, everyone. I'm Jameson Shook. He's Tate Thomas, and we're going to get started off with baseball.
The boys traveled to Gordon Lee, and unfortunately, they lost 6-5 in extra innings.
Here's Jacob Hawkins and Tanner Eady with the recap.
To recap our game against Gordon Lee, with the weather that we had last week was pretty rough. So Gordon Lee's field was flooded, so we ended up having to move the game here and actually move it off from Thursday to Saturday. So Saturday's game here against Gordon Lee started a senior on the mound. Kate Canary pitched really well, went through 4 innings for us. Actually got 4 innings before he even surrendered a hit. But the flip side of that is we just didn't take care of the baseball. We committed way too many errors, and we had some critical plays that we just didn't make to get us off the field. We ended up putting some runs together and kind of mounted a rally there. Actually scored 2 in the bottom of the 7th to tie it at 5-5, and then couldn't hold that lead in the top of the 8th, and they got 1 in the top of the 8th. So kind of a rough day as far as just defensively. Kind of held her own at the plate, did pretty well, but defensively, we just weren't able to make some critical plays again to get us off the field when we needed to.
So we played Gordon Lee Saturday, and going into it, we knew we had a tough challenge in front of us, and they were a good ball club, and we respect them, so we had to go in there swinging hands at them. And so we started off, and I think the pitching was pretty good. We made a lot of errors in the field, so that hurt us. We hit the ball pretty good, though. We kept them on their toes, and they made some errors, and we went to extra innings. So, and it was a good game. I mean, didn't finish how we wanted it to, but overall, fun game.
Saturday evening, we lost a close game to Gordon Lee in extra innings. Pitchers performed very well. The bats were on the other day, and we just couldn't get the job done. We had a couple errors, but it was a good game.
Tough loss for our boys. Now on to tennis.
That's right. At home, our girls and boys, both 4-2, had to go against the Cedartown Bulldogs for second place in the region. Also, it was senior night for both teams.
Here's Cole Price and Liam Smart with a recap.
Yes, the girls tennis team got a big region win yesterday over Cedartown by a score of 3-2. The score wasn't really as close as it looks. We had a 3-1 advantage, and then we ended up losing a number one doubles match that really it didn't matter at that point. But the girls that did win were Morgan Phillips at number 2 singles. She played a really great match on senior day and got a win against a pretty good player from Cedartown at number 2.
Okay, yesterday was a good win against Cedartown. We played a pretty good match. I lost in number 1 singles, which was a little difficult. After going from number 2s to number 1s, it's been a little bit of a hard transfer, but we're getting through it. Morgan had a good win, and so did Mia and our number 2 doubles team, I think.
But then Mia Callahan had a great win at number 3 singles, and then our number 2 doubles team of Ellie Jost and Lauren Mock just really dominated. They killed the number 2 team from Cedartown, and that was a big win because it's going to give us second place in the region tournament after spring break. So I'm really proud of the girls, especially the 2 seniors. They've given everything they've had for 4 years. It's going to be tough to replace Bailey and Morgan, but luckily they've got a couple more matches left, and then the region tournament and hopefully a state berth as well.
Yeah, we played Cedartown Monday. It was a pretty good match. I mean, I think us and Cedartown are very similar. I mean, even the same style of play. So, I mean, I knew it was going to be close, and we ended up losing 2-3. And it's mostly because we have to forfeit at number 2 doubles because we don't have enough players. We have 1 injured, so we had to forfeit right off the bat. And then we split. We won 2, lost 2, so it was really a draw. And, you know, who knows if we'd have had extra players, we might have won. So, yeah, it was good. Nathan Minton played great at number 1. He played a guy who was really good. He played a senior who had won most of his matches, and Nathan just took it to him. And it was a tight match as far as, you know, I could hear the guys yelling and stuff and really getting into it, you know. And Nathan, usually he's pretty calm, but he got pretty fired up there, and he pulled it out. So I was really stoked about that.
Match yesterday, it was against Cedartown. We expected to lose, honestly, but we came out there and played our best game. The guy I played, his name was Tanner. He's a senior. He was about 4'9", but he had a lot of spirit. I beat him 6-3, 6-2. It was a close game, though, all the way through, and he tried his best.
JT at number 2, he struggled. That guy was awesome. I don't think that guy's lost a match all year for Cedartown. They're number 2, so he was strong. And then Willville stepped up since we were down a player, and he played singles for the first time, and he played a good match and just fell short. And then our number 1 doubles of Caleb Biddle and Jed Johnson, they came out strong. I mean, real strong. Won the first set 6-2. We're up 4-1 in the second set, kind of let the other team get back in it. It went to a second set tiebreaker. They lost 7-4, so then we had to go to a third set, and we decided to play a tiebreaker instead of stay out another hour and a half. So we actually won the tiebreaker 10-6, and so, you know, that was good. So that was our 2 wins, and you know, we're just hoping we can get healthy for the region tournament, and we'll probably see them again, and hopefully we'll have enough players, and I think we can beat them.
On to soccer now, and our girls are doing what they do best, and that's winning.
The girls won 3-1 against Southeast, and they also claimed second place in the region.
Here's Cole Price and Lena Smart once again with the recap.
So last Friday we went down to Southeast Whitfield to play a pretty good Raiders team. They call themselves the Rage, I think, but their girls were 8-2 going into the match, and it was really, since we dropped a close match to Northwest, it was kind of like our chance to secure down the number 2 spot in the region. And so girls played really well. We created a lot more chances. Caroline got us going with a pretty early goal, and Molly added one late in the first half. I think we were up 2-1 at half. We gave up a goal on a PK, but girls played really well. Second half was a little nervous because it was 2-1 the whole way, and then finally we were able to punch in at their goal. Brooke got us a third goal there right at the end.
This past week we played a region rival, Southeast, and we beat them 3-1. It was a very good win because it secured our spot for second in the region after our loss to Northwest. Our team played good, although we did have to give up a PK. That's their only goal they scored on us. But our offense did good on running to the ball and finishing for our 3 goals. And this week on Wednesday we play Central, so that should be a good game, and hopefully we'll secure another region win.
So right now in the standings we're sitting number 2, and we got a couple matches this week to finish out our region schedule. We're going to go down to Central Carroll tomorrow night, so it's another big match for us. We got to have it to keep that number 2 spot.
Great job, girls, and unfortunately, my March Madness bracket has been busted.
But my pick, the Creighton Blue Jays, are still going strong.
Well, now that I think about it, Florida State's still in there. Here's Cannon Stafford, Kay Canary, and Lindsey Rogers to give you an update on the March Madness tournament bracket.
Okay, March Madness. It's really maddening this year. I think ESPN said there was no perfect brackets left, and that kind of resembles our brackets, the people that did them at school. There's been a lot of upsets.
Yeah, so in the years past, I have like the perfect bracket, and I think I placed like 3rd last time. And then Ohio State just went ahead and just messed me all up. And then Virginia lost. I had them winning it all. So, this is a bad year overall. And hopefully next year I bounce back again.
Yeah, so this year's March Madness bracket, mine wasn't that good. I definitely didn't have Loyola Chicago winning it all, but looks like they are. I mean, pretty hype. They're pretty good.
All right, so my bracket's not doing too hot. It's probably like 79%. My team didn't make it in the tournament, Georgia, but I picked a lot of upsets, but there was so many I couldn't even handle it. So it was like Syracuse won, Oral Roberts won, Ohio State lost. There's just a lot of upsets, and I feel like it's been a great tournament this year, and there's just a lot of crazy stuff that's happened.
Yeah, so I picked Ohio State winning March Madness. They did lose, but I think they'll definitely come back from this loss and win the whole thing. It'll be a great, great tournament. I can't wait to see it play out.
Okay, so March Madness has started, and I have Loyola Chicago going all the way through. So far, I have a perfect bracket. There's been some upsets, but my teams have pulled through. They've made it, so yeah, I think I'm going to win the March Madness, so yeah.
And I will have the total points. If you played the bracket, I will have that up tomorrow. So I'll have it posted in gym, and you can see where you stand as far as everybody else that played it at school.
Y'all may hate on Creighton, but they're going to take out the big teams like Gonzaga and win the whole thing.
Okay, Tate, on to sports trivia now. We're having a rematch between Janitor Bobby and defending champion Coach Green. How'd it turn out? Here's Cameron Boatwright, Carson Green, and Damon Jones with sports trivia.
Oh, yeah. Little song for the sneakerheads.
FTC.
Why not?
561.
Let me get a
heat check. Can I get a heat check? Heat check. Let me get a
About 250. Back with the now 2-time champ of this show. We got some more questions for you. How you think you're going to do this week?
Well, I mean, you tried me on the NCAA basketball tournament, and I passed that one with flying colors. We'll see how it goes this time. Hopefully there's some decent questions.
Coach Green, you might be the champion of sports trivia, but I am the champion of the arena.
All right. For the first question, who won the 2020 World Series? Was it A, the Braves, B, the Dodgers, C, Tampa Bay Rays, or D, the Red Sox?
Well, as much as I hate to say it, Braves had this team beat in the championship series, let them slide, but I believe it was the L.A. Dodgers.
All right, Bobby, you already called out the champ before the game even started.
I know, man.
You confident this week?
Oh, I'm ready, brother. I am ready. Okay, go ahead.
A, Braves, B, Dodgers, C, Rays, or D, Red Sox?
The Dodgers.
For the second question,
Cha-ching.
Who is the Atlanta Hawks career scoring leader? A, Lou Hudson, B, Cliff Hagan, C, Bob Pettit, or D, Dominique Wilkins?
The human highlight reel. Wow, that's kind of a trick question. I know Dominique's up there. Is he ahead of Bob Pettit? Man, just because I like Dominique, you know, he's the only guy that could take a dollar bill off the top of the backboard and leave 4 quarters up there. That kind of hang time. I'm going to go Dominique, but I'm not real sure on that one. That was a tough one.
All right.
I have to go with Dominique.
What NFL player debuted as a pro wrestler in 2004? A. Brian Urlacher, B. Rob Gronkowski, C. Ray Lewis, or D. Mike Ditka?
Well, I don't think it was Ditka. And Ray Lewis, I don't know if he was out of jail at that time or not. So the first two were Gronkowski, and who was this other one?
Urlacher.
In 2004. I think Gronk was probably still in college in 2004. So I'm going to say Urlacher.
Rob Gronkowski.
The last question, bonus question, worth 2 points. What NCAA football team has the most wins without a national championship? A. Washington State, B. Oregon, C. West Virginia, or D. South Carolina?
And they can't have won a championship,
No.
right?
Most wins without a championship.
I think Oregon won it. I don't know if they beat Auburn or not. Man, that's a trick. I'm guessing at this one, and I'm just going to say West Virginia.
I have to go with the Ducks, Oregon. What? Hang on.
Wait.
Y'all still on air?
Yeah.
Look, you got 2-point bonus questions. I got my own bonus questions. Here's one. Who won the title in wrestling at Heritage High School that whooped all the teachers?
Who was it, Bobby?
The Black Bottom Bomber.
All right. How does it feel to be a 3-time champion? Take down Bobby today, despite all his trash talk.
Yeah, it feels good to beat Bobby. I mean, he likes to throw that mouth out there and trash talk everybody, which I love that. I do it too. But he's knocking on the wrong door when it comes to sports trivia, because I'm like the ESPN of all ESPNs. You just ask me anything sports and I got it. But it feels good to beat Bobby. I mean, those are pretty much layup questions, and I had them all the way.
All right. Is there anybody you want to call out for next week?
I don't like to really call out people because you know what happens when you lose that. Bobby found out that. But no, whoever you can find running around the hallways, I should be able to take them out.
Unfortunately, Coach Green once again wants sports trivia, and, well, I'm still rooting on Bobby. However, Tate, I hear you bring some good news.
That's right, I do. The U.S. Army Esports Event is back, and it's open to all students during lunch, and has games and other things. We here at the 5-Star News have the report.
How's it going?
It's going pretty good. We've been to Ridgeland High School and LFO High School already, and it's been a big hit with all the kids. So in general, it comes to the school to kind of generate interest, right? A lot of kids don't have means to pay for college or even know what they're going to do after high school. So it gets us into the schools to where I can talk to kids about other ways to pay for college other than taking out student loans, which are just bad.
All right, it was fun in there. You got like 3 Army dudes playing against the rest of the team in there, which was me. So it's like a 3v5. They were playing Call of Duty Warzone in there, which is pretty fun usually, but they were crazy good at the game, so I just got whooped. Everyone else did. We won once, but it was only because one of their teammates went to the bathroom, and then they came back and whooped us twice in a row. But yeah, it was fun, and anyone who hasn't done it, I'd recommend it.
Thanks, guys, for that report. Back to the news now. Spring break is just 2 days away now, and man, I can't wait. But what is everyone doing with this last extended break of the year? Cabin in the mountains, Florida beaches, or just a relaxing break here in Ringgold? Let's find out now. Here's Cole Denton, Brandon Frady, and Daniel Fleming with the report.
Have a 9-day-long spring break coming up. That's right, we get Friday off next week, the whole week after that off, and then we have Monday off the week after. It's going to be amazing. And what are y'all going to be doing over spring break? I, for one, I might be going to Pigeon Forge and hopefully fixing up my sleep schedule just a little bit. But I honestly doubt it, but anyway, let's see what some other fellow students are going to be doing over spring break.
Well, I know spring break's right around the corner next week, and we haven't really finalized anything yet, but I'm talking with my wife. We kind of want to get out of town, maybe get down to the beach. We went to Destin a couple years ago, and we enjoyed it on spring break. But our schedules are so crazy. So we got 3 boys, and they've got baseball, they've got basketball. So they've got a lot going on. We just got to find a way to get time to maybe squeeze in 3 or 4 days, maybe down to Destin. Or if not that, maybe we'll get a cabin up in Gatlinburg if there's any available. But hopefully there's a lot of rest involved because I'm really tired. I'm really I don't know why I'm so worn out. But I'd like to have some time just around the house too to do nothing.
Where am I going for spring break? I'm going to bed.
Hey guys, so for my spring break, I'm going to Universal in Orlando, Florida with my family. I plan to spend 3 days there, hoping to have a good time. What I plan to do is go to see Marvel and Transformers Studios.
Can't wait myself. Time for one more story today here on the show, and the jokesters are back at it again. This week, Hilltop and Stove Daddy give you their top 5 edition of the jokesters. Take it away, you two.
What up, big ballers? It's your boy Stove Daddy with
Hilltop.
And for this edition of the Jokesters, before we go on spring break, we're going to do the top 5 jokes in the past 7 weeks. Stay tuned. All right, I'm with Miss Boss for this joke. What is the best thing about Switzerland?
It's cheese. I don't know.
I don't know, but their flag is a huge plus.
All right, back with the good old Aggie John for this third joke. Alex, why do ducks have feathers?
I don't know.
To cover their butt quacks. Ready? All right, I'm back with Zeke for the third joke. Zeke, did you hear about the guy that cut off his left side of his body?
No, I don't.
He was all right, though.
That's kind of sad.
All right, I'm with Jeff Green for the second joke of the day. What did the banana say to the dog?
What did the banana say to the dog? Watch your step.
Nothing.
Woof, woof.
Nothing. Bananas can't talk. I'm with Big Bag Bobby today, and I'm about to tell him a joke. What's a pig that does karate?
A pig that does karate?
Yeah.
A porkster.
Pork chop. Thanks for tuning in these first few shows. We'll see you after spring break. See ya, big ballers.
That'll do it for this Tuesday edition of the 5-Star News. We'll be back on Thursday with a brand new report. But until then, stay classy, Heritage.